Excuse me, sir, is that camera on? Excuse me, sir, is that camera on? I'm sorry, you must turn that camera off. Excuse me, sir, you have to turn the camera off. Is that camera
Not when there's a public meeting, sir. That's
you
totally
can only
illegal.
record in that meeting room. You must turn that camera off, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, here's some officers. Where's the officers? Oh, there we go. Police officer. Hey, how you doing, Sheriff Vermel?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you know there's a case called Smith versus City of Cummings? You've heard of that, right?
I've heard of that.
It's our federal appeals court, and it allows you to film public officials in public places, and it specifically talks about officers, which you are, right? So you'd agree that I'm fine filming you, correct?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it.
They've trespassed me already 1 year. They trespassed me for a year for filming a transaction I was doing, and your deputy filed a false police report, which I filed a complaint about, and they reprimanded him for being rude.
I was forced to stop filming it as well.
And I was forced this morning on the way into the public meeting to stop filming, and that's illegal. I'd like to file a complaint. Can I file one with you, or where would I file a complaint?
File it with our office.
With your office? And would you look into that? Because they're breaking the law here. They're violating the Constitution, the state Constitution, and state federal appeals court. Our federal appeals court, in the case Smith versus City of Cummings, specifically says I can film public officials in public places. And this is a public place. You agree? It's a public place. See, there's an officer. How many officers are there? There's a guard.
Have you tried reaching out to their county attorney's office? Because they're the ones
She
who
wrote
give them the legal guidelines.
She wrote a law. She can't. She wrote her own law. She tells your officers what to do. She orders your officers what to do. She tells them whether they can or should or shouldn't trespass people. Some 4 guys came in and she said, I pass, I don't want to trespass them. They trespassed me, they trespassed Susan Hutt. I don't think they've trespassed him yet.
No, they haven't trespassed me, but twice they forced me to stop recording with my camera.
And your deputies came at me this morning to make me turn the camera off in the hallway on the way into a public meeting, which is even worse. You understand how bad that is? I'm glad I saw you. This is great, so I can explain it to you face to face. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but when I come in here to do a transaction and a deputy files a false police report, I have to have a camera to protect myself. Because they could do that anytime. They could say I killed somebody, and I could go to jail for life just for picking up some public record. Can you imagine that?
Well, you kind of doing harm.
I'm arguing it to the ridiculous end. Well, they could say anything because he said I was being disruptive, unsafe, and 5 things. And in court, he admitted that he was just putting those down for consistency. They had nothing to do with anything I did, and he marked those off on the trespass for inconsistency, and he did that to other people as well.
I was threatened with arrest if I didn't leave and stop recording. And so I did. I stopped because I didn't want to be arrested. But that's duress. That is fear, putting fear in me to not do things that I should be constitutionally allowed to do.
And legally.
I was interviewing people in the hallway that had spoke, and I was told I couldn't record with my camera. Sir, with all due respect, that is wrong. That is unconstitutional.
And illegal. On
My
top of it.
family dates back to the Civil War. My family has fought for freedom since the Civil War. And I find that very interesting. I'm sure you have. But that's just not right. And we can't allow this to continue in Charlotte County, where there are many, many veterans that have bled and died and suffered for that freedom, to hold government accountable.
And a journalist cannot hold them accountable, and if they're doing something wrong, they can't catch them. Because you might be able to get permission to come in like they probably did, but then they'll be doing everything right. But if they're beating old ladies up in here, and then they call them, then they're going to stop, and they're going to be nice. Again, arguing to the ridiculous end, but they can be doing anything. And we should be able to catch them if they're violating the law, don't you agree? That's what law enforcement's about, and we should be able to help, right? You like to help, I'm sure.
I'll reach out to Jeanette's office and find out what's going on.
I can send you any documentation you'd like. It's all documented, everything. Everything's on video, fortunately.
Thank you very much.
Now, are we supposed to be trespassed now? Aren't we supposed to be trespassed? Because Jeanette Knowlton wants to trespass us. She gives the orders. Doesn't she give you orders? Is she your deputy's boss? I asked your deputy that. He didn't seem to care.
So do we have your permission, sir, to video in the hallway and in the county meeting room?
Come on.
Don't need it. Don't need permission. The law says so, and the Constitution says so.
Right.
Personally, it doesn't bother me. I don't know why it would bother
Not
them.
personally, but we're not the feelings police. We're law enforcement, right?
As long as you're not filming anything that is,
Shouldn't be happening out here.
Compromising security.
yeah.
Yeah, we totally understand.
Or something of a
Never
personal
have.
nature, like sometimes I know people they've had where they go in the tag offices and they're seeing screens that are
Right.
basically.
If they're not, they weren't seeing screens.
I'm just saying, I'm giving
They
you an
accused them.
example.
Yeah, they accused them of
Stuff
that.
like that can't be
Yeah.
filmed.
Yeah, we have no
Because
problem.
it discloses personal information.
Yeah, which what I just did. For goodness
He's
sake.
telling us to stop videotaping.
Lots of things can cause this loss of life. And I want to leave this.
Talk to him.
If you mandate masks, will people get arrested?
I almost I screwed up twice. I should have done it earlier, but
Not law,
oh,
but
here's
rules.
them. The news needs to see it.
Has to be
And they
voted
missed it.
in.
There's somebody.
And
Oh,
I have not
there's
been
somebody
given the
else.
opportunity to vote for anything.
getting
And I know that
Go
the
tell them what's happening. Can you? Can you go tell the news what's happening? He's telling us to leave.
including making people self-quarantine. The sick are supposed to quarantine. The healthy are not. I just want to be able to roam free. I don't want our country to fall. I love our country too much, and I love our community too much. And I hope anything I said can help anyone.
Good job Good job doing what you're doing right now. Which is nothing. Thank you. I don't think you like that, do you? You don't look like it.
Check outside,
Sorry.
I'll go ahead and call the next name, Christine Perry.
They're still speaking? Oh, God. Wow. Remember me having to come in and get permission all year last year? That's why, just because I had a camera for a whole year. It's insane. Look at all these. 1, 2, 3. There's still 3 deputies. There's one inside. There's security all over the place. And there's never any. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deputies.
State of Florida
And the sheriff.
has already suggested mask and social distancing guidelines for the general public and business activities alike.
Oh, here we go. Now we have the county attorney. Hello, Jeanette Knowlton. How you doing? Good, good. And this is her trained guy that goes around bothering people. Citizen. Think she's going to pass this time again? Think she's going to pass again like she did that one time? She passed.
Now, Mr. Sheriff O'Connell speaking with the county attorney, Janet Knowles.
That's Janet Knowlton there, even though she has a mask. She made this rule up herself. She tries the cases, she orders the deputies, she passes or she trespasses arbitrarily. It's all done, this whole thing's done arbitrarily. She actually passed on some people, and people like me, she trespasses. It's amazing. You understand arbitrariness, right, in law? Did we? How did we do? We do good? That's Nolan. She's the one that made the rule.
Yeah, she's the one who also thinks that when Truitt asked her, where is it written that we have the right to even implement this
It's not.
law?
It's not.
She's like, well, I believe.
That's what she believes. Yep. She's reading the facility rules. She's reading her own rule to them is the argument. Isn't that circular? Isn't that like a circular argument they call it? Yeah. It's illegal because I say it's illegal. Why do you say it's illegal? Because I say it's illegal. We might bust this up right here. I was trespassed for a whole year. I don't know, I told you that, didn't I? And today maybe another year. I hope my cameras are working. It's faulty. Yeah. It says it's gone. I hope it is. Especially this is gold. How do the speakers do? Pretty good?
Yes.
if you sit there, don't say too much on the camera, but if you sit there for a while, if you just don't speak right away, you can find, if you don't know what to speak about, you can usually learn things to talk about.
What do you think, folks? History in the making.
Maybe. Or trespassing in the making.
Well, they're certainly trying to collude among themselves to come up with a conclusion.
She's using the circular argument that her rule says that we are trespassed, and they ask her what the rule comes from. My rule. It's all
The
circular.
sheriff is enforcing the Constitution.
Maybe. He's running for office.
So far.
It's election time right now, so this was a good time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, I wasn't even timing that. Well, I wasn't thinking he'd be here. I walked in.
Yeah.
Hey, the sheriff's here. There is a case. Someone does have a case they're filing on the trespass. So far, one. But there's 7 others that can file afterwards, at least. Even if they make it, even if they change it.
Oh, yeah.
Which they should. This camera's perfect. It's right where my eyes are.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to hold anything. Looks a little goofy, but got my Ron Paul hat on.
Good thing to have.
So far, we've been in here quite a while, and we haven't been trespassed. Isn't that amazing?
You take care of your heart.
Virtual hug.
You great heart. You take care of your doing a great job. This is how you want other people maybe.
Oh. Oh, there's more police officers, which were totally legally allowed to film. Police officers all over the place. Just the fact that there's police officers all over the place makes it more legal than anything. You're observing everything. Said you're observing everything. What do you do here? Oh, okay.
Meetings will continue till the morale increases, right?
More police. Surprised we don't have more police coming. Isn't that Knowlton still using her own rule as an argument for a rule?
That's my question.
Circular argument. Unlegal. Oh, here comes the trespass papers. Getting trespassed, dude.
Is that a camera on your head?
Yes.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording police
In
officers.
Charlotte County Administration Building?
In a public area, in a public hallway with police officers everywhere, where Smith versus City of Cummings specifically says I can film public officials and specifically, even more specifically, police officers.
They left the building.
Yes. Oh, they've left the building.
The county attorney left the building.
Wow.
Head of
Interesting.
security.
Interesting.
Articles as far as more permeating than the masking filter. So,
Interesting.
Let's go back inside.
so where did we,
I watch it from here.
to this is something,
I'm filming police.
why are we so insecure with just walking around normally? I think it has something to do with 2001, September 11th. We were all traumatized then by an event, we all know what it is. One building fell down without
Don't get too close. You have a mask.
we were fearful. So what's happened since then? Well, I have another document here in 2010, Rockefeller Institute.
I think we did pretty well here. Looks like we did pretty well. We're doing well. They do what they want. Yeah.
What happened? The National Defense Authorization Act, Section 1078,
Uh-oh.
Section 8.
All my witnesses are gone. We better run.
Which hadn't been done since 1948. So now we are being propagandized by the media. Herding us around like a bunch of sheep.
Let's see if there's any more cops. How many cops are in there? One? I see one. He's not a bailiff. He's just there to intimidate you.
No, he's actually going to hand out the documents. They have to have a bailiff because it's technically illegal.
They never did before.
That's because they're having hearings.
But a year ago they didn't, or 2 years ago they didn't do that. You just gave it to them.
Yeah. Normally they'll have a bailiff for a hearing.
There's never been a violent action or anything at any of these meetings.
starting to realize that people aren't happy with what's going on,
True.
especially with code enforcement.
Oh, I know. Yep.
I beat code enforcement down every time they show up.
Yep. That's what the mask is.
They get shot.
That's what the mask is. Well, in Parkside, we have a dedicated code enforcement officer, and you know they don't need complaints, right?
Not
They
ordering my
just show
mom.
up.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to.
No, yes,
but
they are.
do.
No, they made it legal. They can look for.
No, they didn't make it legal. They just did it.
Yeah. No,
There's a difference.
but they legalized it.
No, they didn't.
They
made
did.
an ordinance.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
That's not legal.
Not lawful.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
But it's just some simple rules, like we said before, no privileged or protected information can you film,
Never did that.
okay? Security stuff, and then I'm just asking you to be courteous. If somebody asks not to be filmed, please don't film them.
But how can you do that when you're filming
No,
this
I'm
whole
talking,
building?
but I'm,
I don't follow anyone around other than you, maybe.
no, that's what I'm saying. If you start talking to somebody and you're filming them and they say, please, I don't want to be
You
filmed.
know I do that. I do that
Just
anyway.
be courteous,
I do.
okay?
You know me. I am always
Okay.
that way.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
We're
Well,
okay.
I appreciate. No,
All
I
right.
can't do that. So,
all right, we're good?
yeah, but,
All right.
thank you. It's been over a year that this has been in.
So people don't understand the difference, and that's why I made the comment about law enforcement enforcing an ordinance. An ordinance is a civil matter. It's not a criminal.
Shoo. 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 One question, is this just while you're here, or is this always? Have you rescinded her facility rule, or is this just now, or is this always? If I walk in here at the next meeting and go into the meeting, are they going to jump on me again, all the police
Well, I
and
hope
everybody?
not, but I can't tell you.
Well,
Okay.
I can file a complaint with you if they do.
Well, you can file a complaint with the
It's okay now.
county attorney's office.
Oh, she's the one that's doing it.
No, I'm just saying, she's the one who's giving them legal advice here in the building.
But not lawful advice, that's you. You're the law enforcement, not her. She can't order deputies to break the law.
No, she's not.
She
And
has.
We've got it all calmed
She
down.
has many times, and that's what I'm saying. Will she do it again as soon as you leave?
Well, I hope not, as long as you guys don't push the envelope and start filming stuff you shouldn't be filming or causing a disturbance.
I
That's
don't
the
do
big
any
thing.
of that. But I never was. That's when I got trespassed. I've been out of here for a year. It's over with, or I'd be in jail right now.
I'll say that had to have been a while ago, because Sterling hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah, it was last year. But basically, if I walk back in here, they say I would be arrested. Unless I get special permission from someone who doesn't exist. They said I was supposed to get permission from the security coordinator, and they never had one, and they still don't. That's the law, man. That's law. Think about it. You're law enforcement. Think about it. You know, as you're going, just think about what's going on. Because it's crazy. It's insane and unlawful and illegal.
There are two different sources of enforcement.
So the sheriff's gone. Am I trespassed now?
I'm sorry, sir?
The sheriff's gone. Am I trespassed?
Meeting right now, I'll talk to you there.
I'm going into it.
Are there going to be these people, these enforcers, actively carousing around the car, or do they